You guys, oh my god. I mean, I couldn't find an ornamental skull, even though I went through the woods about 3 times, spent about a half an hour killing a bokoblin, and I couldn't find a golden skull. I mean, what in the world? I don't understand. Isn't that the reason why I got the treasure medal? I actually did find one golden skull. Yeah, a freaking golden skull, but it only happened once, and I never found an ornamental skull. I did manage to pick up a few bird feathers, even a hornet barb. I actually had to go that far, but no ornamental skull. You're messing with me. Say it again. I dare you. I only speak the truth. You are not the one who will save her. The spirit maiden, your Zelda, can only be saved by another. I don't like to believe in fate. I like to believe that I have some control over things, and that's probably what Bruce wants to believe too. So Bruce is starting to accept, or maybe not. You're no hero, Shrimp. Greetings, Link. Were you able to catch up with Zelda? I see, so the Guardian was there as well, was she? The one you saw by Zelda's side is known as Impa. She is being sent forth by the goddess to aid Zelda in her quest. So the two have traveled somewhere in order to accomplish the great tasks destiny has set before them. However, now that Impa has destroyed the gate that they used, there is only one way left to find them. You must make use of the harp given to you by Zelda. Tell me, Link, have you attempted to play the harp that you received? Yeah, we pulled it out once. Alright. So now we're going to learn how to play the harp. Press up on the control pad to take it out. So in order to pass this test, you have to strum to the rhythm of her braid, and for some reason, that took me so long the first time. But, no, it didn't. That's a weird braid, but as you can see, it does have a purpose. So now here's where the new feature comes in. Like actually having to play your song in rhythm like this. I don't know if it matters what side you go to. Probably not. And luckily, if you mess up, it won't get rid of the progress you did make. See? Oh, well, it will over time, but not right away. Okay. There we go. We were going too slow before. There we go. Best song in the game. Right here. I'm sorry, yeah, the main theme's my favorite song in the game. How unoriginal. I don't usually do that, say, oh yeah, the main theme is the best, but in this game I really have no choice. Like I said, there are 3 songs I really like. The main theme, the bird race, and the boss battle against Moldarak. But it gets even better, that last one. The harp you pulled out is known as the goddess's harp. It is a divine instrument of the goddess who once watched over this land. The melodies that it brings to life have the power to produce a variety of strange and otherworldly effects. The great slab standing before you is known as the Gate of Time. It would make more sense if it was the Harp of Time then, right? But that's starting to get old, isn't it? Everything's of time. You got the Hero of Time, the Temple of Time, the Gate of Time, the Ocarina of Time. The Bathroom of Time. That's a funny story. Yeah, me and my friend used to play Ocarina of Time. We'd have to go to the bathroom. He says, I have to go to the Bathroom of Time. Good times, good times. But this is not looking good right now. Wow. Well, you're glad I happened to be here. So, we remembered that something was being held here. Uh-oh. This can't be good. Open the door, Link. You don't need to mess up the simple things. And seriously, I hate when you're trying to do a complex task and you mess up the simple things. Well, looks like Bruce is still here. It's not exactly like he knows how to get out, but he's been standing there, perhaps even listening to us. The whole ground is heaving. I thought it was supposed to be solid down here. Go quickly, Link. Check on the ceiling spike at the center of the pit. There's nothing natural about these tremors. That monster could free itself at any moment. Approach the pit with caution. There's no such thing as a natural disaster in Zelda. Except maybe rain on the second day in Majora's Mask. That's the only weather thing that is natural in Zelda. Because think about it, you know, there's the storm in Ocarina, or the fog, not really the fog, but like the dark sky in Ocarina of Time, the storm in Wind Waker, and now the earthquake in this game. And then the fog in Spirit Tracks. So, we're too late. The imprisoned has escaped. Now, when I first saw this, I'm like, this is not how I expected it to be, but, like, I don't know, just the feat. But yes, this, not to be mistaken, this is the thing that we've seen twice already. One time in the game's intro, and another time in the game, when it ate Zelda, apparently. So, but we know Zelda's okay now, so my guess is that Impa person saved her. So, what I don't get is that she said this is like the first time it's been broken in 1,000 years, but if that's the case, then why hasn't... I don't get it, because he must have escaped to break Zelda, right? Although most likely what happens is that, you know, they brought him from an earlier time. Something like that. Anyway, I haven't done a good job at explaining this boss battle. The first thing you need to know is that there are two ways to lose this boss fight. The first way to lose it is, of course, losing all your health. But the second way is that if he reaches the temple, then you lose. And don't worry, don't try it for curiosity, because the cutscene, there really isn't any cutscene for it. It's even less than the wagon in Twilight Princess, which is what this reminds me of. To beat it, you have to slash all of his toenails. Now, once you slash all of his toenails on one foot, then he'll begin to limp, and the foot that you smash all the toenails off on is going to no longer be able to make shockwaves. So once you get one, it gets easier. It's actually a pretty easy boss fight, even though it looks really big and bad. It's definitely one of the easiest boss fights in the game. Maybe even the easiest, I would say. Even the time limit thing. Now once he falls, one of his legs will be sticking up, and you run to the other side on that. You do 3 upward slashes, and that counts as 1 round. We've already done 2 so far, and it takes just 3 rounds to defeat this guy. Which is kind of short, but I guess it's relieving since, you know, you do have to do this in a time limit, so, you know, you want to make it so that if you did mess up a couple times, you'd have a little bit of room. And after you hit him, he will go up a ways. So yeah, those gusts of wind coming out of the ground can help you. Now, he doesn't really get that much harder in the last rounds. I think he goes a little bit faster, but overall, there's not much new that's going to happen yet. Yes, that's right. Like Girahan, we're going to have to fight this guy more than once because, well, oh my god, that's not what we need. That's not what we... I mean, thank God it's an easy boss, because could you imagine if that happened, like, I don't know, think of all the bad situations that could happen. Like, what if I was trying to defend someone's attack and my shield broke or something? Like, that could be catastrophic. What happened right there? So, from this point on, it's kind of self-explanatory, so, yeah, the treasure medal is not doing jack squat. I mean, I know it's all based on probability, and it probably, I don't know, probably it makes the probability go up from, you know, like, maybe it goes up from 5% to 20%, but still, if there's a 20% probability, I don't even know what the probability is, but there's a shockingly low number of treasure gets. My first playthrough, I had much more. The only good news is that we are going to get a weapon that guarantees us treasure from an enemy. So, thank God for that. And that weapon will not come too far from now. Now, don't get me wrong, it is pretty difficult to do this boss without taking any damage, but that's really the only challenge you'll get here out of this first fight. So, you know, you're gonna take some damage. I actually took more than I should have, but don't worry, there's gonna be hearts on the way, and it's not a long boss battle. In fact, it's mostly just cutscenes and waiting for him to get himself into positions. It feels very slow-paced. But, it's original. I love the way he dies. And the stake, which is uncoincidentally triangular. Now Link, strike the ceiling spike with a skyward strike and restore the seal quickly. Now, even though she says quickly, don't worry. It's not like he's going to come back to life if you don't do this in 30 seconds. Although he should be 10, because that would make it epic. Oh my god, quick! Quick! We don't want to have to fight that boss all over again. God, I lost 6 hearts? Jeez. Is that a remix of the original Zelda theme I hear? And now you're going to have to do some drawings. We got a very simple triangle. And yes, you do that with the Wii remote, obviously. Nice. Not as cool as his thing in Twilight Princess. I wish you could do that in Skyward Sword. Like, I can't even remember how exactly it goes. I know he like shakes the sword behind him and then puts it back in. I'm so glad they put that as a taunt in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Oh. Nice going, Link. Though the imprisoned had only just begun to awaken and break its bonds, I'm impressed you were able to restore the seal, keeping it captive. Unfortunately, you've only succeeded in buying us a little more time in which to act. The behemoth you beat back into confinement is a horror of unspeakable power. Judging by what I saw, I would not be surprised if the seal gave way again soon. So you are left with precious little time to complete the task at which you have been entrusted. Return to the sealed temple, Link. There's much to discuss. It's so weird to see her walking. So So now Bruce, I think this might be the first time where he starts to see, wow, Link handled himself pretty well in that battle. Well, I mean, he beat him. He got hit 6 times, but he just kept getting right back up, so that might be respectful in itself. Respectable. So we get to travel through time. No, not yet, because first we were just trying to find Zelda, and now we're trying to... You know, there's always a reason for having to go in dungeons, and it's always 3 at a time, isn't it? Except in Wind Waker. Should have been 3 at a time, but no. This is where the game starts to get really good. Just saying, in my opinion. I mean, the game was... I mean, never mind. The game, it's all good, but... I mean, this game is already a masterpiece, but... He looked feminine there. Probably because he's wearing too much makeup, lipstick, or whatever. And he's got the red hair. He's the last person you would picture down here. Like to... And he says, Bruce too has a role to play in all this. So ours and Zelda's fate depends on it. I still don't really get fate, but oh well. So, I guess we'll hold off on upgrading our Iron Shield till later. It's not my choice, but... The Ballad of the Goddess. Based on my projections, this is likely the song Zelda sang on the day of the wing ceremony. I'll calculate an 85% probability that someone associated with the Academy will be able to provide additional information about this song. Yeah. Hey, we got a chair here, but I think it might be more interesting to sit in the chair up here and see what what's her name has to say. I've seen her say something before. Maybe that's only at a certain time. I think we'll end the video now and then start the next one in Skyloft. Oh, she's not up there. She's in front of the thing now. Oh my. What's her name? I gotta remember this. Yeah, she doesn't tell you her name, because I know what her name is. You get to find out much, much later. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.